Hi friends, I want to chat with you today just for a little while for several reasons. I want to chat with you as one of my Pennie heart-to-hearts about my writing that I posted last week and just about what's going on right now. My writing last week was called Meditation Saved My Life. I have posted that one a couple times because it's very meaningful to me. And ironically, I posted it unintentionally at the perfect time, I think, with what's going on. So I want to talk about that one just a little bit. I am home today, tucked in, as I would suspect many of us are, home and tucked in. I live in Wyoming, so it is winter here today. We've had snow all day and night last night, and it's very cold, so I would most likely be tucked in anyway, except I had tickets to go to a concert in Denver tonight that was canceled. So like many of you, I'm sure things are getting canceled, and so we're home. And as it should be and where we should be. My writing about meditation, let me explain that, and then we're going to get back to this being tucked in our homes. Years ago, during a very stressful time, like over 15 years ago, my dad was dying, my son was struggling, I was working a crazy job and thought I was going to go crazy. I was losing my mind. And I remember sitting in my home and putting headphones on with rainwater sounds. And I just said out loud, clear my mind, clear my mind, clear my mind. I knew nothing about meditation other than, hearing the words meditation, but I didn't know anything about it, had never really done it in my life. So just sitting still for me during that crazy time, when you have someone in your life that's dying, you have someone else that's struggling, and you're working a crazy job, finding a place to just sit down and be quiet is hard. So that first step was hard. Putting headphones on with the rainwater was hard. And I said out loud, clear my mind, clear my mind, clear my mind, because I knew I needed something to do with my mind and my mouth to keep me there in that spot and concentrate. I think that first time lasted about 2 to 5 minutes, maybe. And I thought, well, I did that. Next time I can do it a little bit longer. And so I would ease up to more minutes and more minutes. And soon I was able to sit there quietly without saying it out loud. Over the years, now this has been over 15 years ago for my first experience. Over the years, I have taken classes and workshops. I've taken Buddhist workshops where I've sat for 2 days and just sat in silence, meditating. I have done many different variations. And I think what happens with people when you talk about meditation to calm your nerves, they get scared because they think, oh, I've got to sit for 2 days, or I have to sit cross-legged on the floor and be uncomfortable and sit for an hour. And what I'm here to say is find your own way. Find the way that works for you. I try to do some form of meditation every day. It isn't always 40 minutes of sitting in silence. Sometimes it's a couple deep breaths that I take and just think and get myself centered and quiet for a minute. Sometimes I listen to guided meditation. Sometimes I take a walk. There's so many ways to meditate. You do not have to sit cross-legged on the floor and chant or anything like that. The whole concept is to clear your mind, clear your heart, and sit in silence and be mindful just for even a short period of time. That is why I wrote that. And when I say meditation saved my life, I do not say that lightly. I totally believe that. My dad ultimately did pass away. My son that was struggling did pass away. I was working 90 hours a week with a 45-mile-a-day commute for my job. Things were crazy in my life. And without meditation, I am not certain I would have made it through all of that. And so when I say meditation saved my life, I do not say that lightly. I encourage you to read that writing. There's a link with this video how you can get to it and read it. And as always, there's audio with it if you just rather listen to it. And then I encourage you to try it. I think that first step, getting over the fear of being afraid to meditate, is something we can all get over. And do what I did. Just sit there and say it out loud. Clear my mind, clear my mind. Take some deep breaths. I also have another technique that is one of my favorite ones to teach, and I have taught this for, I bet 20 years or more, and it's called the breath of green. And I used to run an organization that recruited medical doctors, so I know a little bit about the medical world, and I also know just a little bit about alternative medicines. And so the energy systems in our body, called chakras, the heart, we think of the heart as pink and Valentine's Day and red roses, but the energy system for the heart is green. And so that's why I call this a breath of green. And I teach people that every time you see green, pause for a minute, take a deep breath, and breathe in, visualize breathing in green, fresh, into your lungs, love, fresh love. And as you exhale and push out all the dirt and the worry and the concern and everything that's going on in your life and your world. It really is a one breath meditation. And just the idea of taking one deep breath and pushing it out, pausing for that long, is a one breath meditation. I tell people, if you do this consistently for a week and it doesn't change your world, call me, email me, and I will tell you how you're doing it wrong. That's how much I believe in this. I will tell you spring will come to all of us and green will show up everywhere. If you're one of these people that, if you're not like me, the 0.5% that likes to stand up in front of thousands of people and speak, and that makes you nervous, look around the crowd. It never fails for me that someone in the front row of my presentations is wearing green. And you can take a deep breath in, breathe in love, and breathe out fear. Breathe in love and breathe out fear. It's as easy as that. So every time you see green, condition yourself. It's like reticular thinking. You see green and it will make you want to take a breath and breathe out the fear, push out the fear, and you will start to see green everywhere. You will train your mind to do this. And so it's a fun thing to do. It works. Teach your kids this. I tell everybody, if we could just teach our kids all these tips and techniques that I try to teach you, and that's my whole goal, for you to go out and teach it to other people. My mission in life is 3 words: to help others. And so by teaching my things, I hope that you go out and teach them to you. Oh, I'm so thrilled with all of you who have joined me. It's exciting, all my friends out there. So what I really want to talk about today is, I'm touching my screen because if somebody just says something to me, I just want to know if the questions are coming in. Because what I really want to talk about is the situation we're in right now. And I think I have people joining me today because we all are tucked in our homes. I will tell you, for me, I think the biggest fear is not that I would catch this virus, because I'm healthy, I hope, and I think I would be able to have a virus and get through that. I think the biggest fear for me is this panic that it has caused, and the ripple effect of how nervous and afraid everybody is and living in fear. And that's scary to me, that something has moved this quickly across all of us, causing such an amount of fear and worry. I've been posting little writings every night about how I feel about it. And the other night I wrote a little piece, and it was one of my past writings, about if you can't think your way through something, thank your way through something. I am huge on gratitude. And so instead of sitting around thinking about, oh, we've got to do this and we've got to do that, and what if this happens, what if you start saying, I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for this time to be tucked in at home. I will tell you that I travel a lot, and so I've had some speaking engagements canceled, which has could upset me, but really it's a gift for me to have more time at home and be tucked in with my husband and my sweet dogs. And I have a roast in the crock pot tonight and do these things that make me feel like home. So that's a gift. So if you can flip it and think about, I could be driving to Denver tonight for the concert that got canceled, but it is snowing outside and the roads are slick, and so I'm grateful I don't have to be out on those roads tonight. Sad that I'm missing a concert, but hey, you know what? I'm home and safe and happy, and that's what's important, and surrounded by the ones that I love. And think about this, isn't FaceTime a wonderful thing, and this kind of live video, because I can FaceTime with my kids and my grandkids and still feel like I see them. It wasn't all that long ago that if we were in our homes, we wouldn't have been able to do that. And so what a gift that is. So instead of trying to think your way through this, because I'm not sure we can, if you thank your way through this and be thankful for everything that's good about it, and what can you find in your heart and in your life that's good about it. I also wrote a piece, like I said, I've been posting things every night about how I feel about this, and I wrote one night before last about everything that's been canceled. And yes, around here they're extending spring break, so it's longer, so the kids are away from school more. They're canceling concerts. Tomorrow morning, a lot of the churches in our community are canceled. No church service. Again, aren't we lucky that you can get online and see a church service and still feel like you can participate that way? Again, it wasn't long ago we couldn't do that. So be thankful of that. What else is canceled? Oh, there's so many things. Basketball tournaments, sporting events, and not just nationally, but locally. My grandson's tournaments have been canceled. And so when you think about the list of things that are canceled, and when Disneyland closed the other day, I started to think the happiest place on earth has just closed. And so this is important. And then I started to think the things that we shouldn't cancel. And so I wrote this. I wrote a post about it, about things that we shouldn't cancel. Don't cancel kindness. Don't cancel hugs, at least in your immediate family. I know we're supposed to be doing that elbow bump and things and not touching hands, but don't cancel touch with the loved ones that are right next to you in your home, that are tucked in with you. Don't cancel words of encouragement. Don't cancel phone calls. If you can't see people in person, don't cancel interaction at all. FaceTime with people, phone call people. And I've been hearing stories about elderly being scared to go to the grocery store when they need to. And so reach out to family and neighbors that may be in that situation. So don't cancel things that are important. Don't cancel snuggles with your pets. I have my 2 fur babies who are here with me now, who get snuggled and loved, I don't know, more than any dog I can think of. So don't cancel things like that. All of these things that make you feel loved, make you feel needed and wanted and safe and happy, don't cancel any of that. We can't control all the big things that are canceled. And there's a lot of things right now that it seems we can't control, but don't cancel the things that you can control. So that's why I wanted to jump on today. I wanted to talk to you about the writing about how meditation saved my life. I truly believe that. And I would also add meditation and gratitude saved my life to get me through that time that I was talking about. And so that's why I think it's so important that we thank our way through this. We thank our way through this. And not try to think so hard. Because I'm not sure that we have the answer. I guess I should say I'm not sure I have the answer. I know I don't have the answer. I just know that we need to be realistic, be safe, know that this will pass, and try to think about what's good about being tucked in our homes, and all the things that we could do and the advantages that we have, that we get to have this extra time in our life. Many of us, like I said, I've had some speaking engagements canceled, and many of us are going to be working from home. Hello, Lori. Now I know the comments are working at least. And all the good things about being tucked in your home for a while, and things that maybe you've been wanting to do that now you've got the space and time to do it. And the space and time to try these tips about calmness and mindfulness, and try my idea about meditation. Just try it to see what it does for you. I know I try to meditate every day, and I go through spaces of time where it's incredibly busy, or I'm traveling and I don't get to, and I don't feel myself. I start to feel a little more tense, a little more agitated. I agitated easily, I guess. And I just it doesn't feel right for me not to take that time. I meditate first thing in the morning. And for me, it's kind of like exercise. If I don't exercise first thing in the day, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to do it later. And that's kind of how meditation is for me. If I don't give myself that space and time first thing, my little dogs get me up very early. And after they've been fed and out, we come into my office. They come in with me, and hey, Joe, that's a face I haven't seen for a while. They come into the office with me, and they sit on my lap, because I feel like animals can feel your energy. So I think they love that when I meditate. And I usually have my cup of morning coffee, and I do my meditation, and I read something every morning that's positive to get my day set that way. And if I don't do that, I feel off. So I would encourage you to try. Just put those headphones on and just say it out loud. Clear my mind. Especially if this situation that we're in with this world right now starts to feel like too much. Just take a minute and try that, because I think that's the biggest thing we all can do independently. Work on keeping ourselves calm and keeping ourselves stable while it feels like everything else has kind of gone crazy. So other than washing your hands, I think there's a lot we can do for ourselves and our self-care and the care of our families, and to stay calm and mindful and happy during this time. So I'm not going to keep you much longer, but I have a feeling, and I'm hoping that I'm not the only, well, I'm not hoping I'm not the only one tucked in at home. But since I feel like there's going to be a lot of us tucked in at home, I'm probably going to pop in every day and just talk about what I'm doing, and you can share with me what you're doing, because again, the isolation piece is huge, I think. I just told my husband this morning, I am such a people person, and he is more of an introvert. So being in the house for a few weeks is not a big deal for him. For me, not being able to interact with people is a big deal for me. And so I think I'll be popping in, chatting with you. I'd love you to start joining me and tell me what you're doing every day as we get through this, however long this is going to last. I thank you so much for joining me. I thank you for reading my posts and hanging in there with me over the years. And I hope you have a great rest of your day and what's left of this weekend, and go into this next week with calmness and an open mind and gratitude and mindfulness, so that we all stay calm, we all stay thankful for what we have and where we are right now, and make it a great week. No matter what it looks like, we can make it a great week. So thanks for joining me. This has been Pennie Heart to Heart. I'm Pennie Hunt, and thanks for watching. See you soon.